Okay, comma, what, no, question mark. I might be a little later than 2. Mine early. Always protecting me. What are you doing to my mom?
What's going on, everybody? I'm Britt and welcome back to Body by Brutality. So you guys have been wondering what the treatment is that Marissa and I keep referring to, and everybody keeps asking questions about my CVID, my immune deficiency. So today I'm going to give you an insight on what it's like in the day in the life on this one day in the month that I get this treatment done. So I asked you guys to ask me questions on Twitter. I'm going to be answering some of those, and yeah, let's just get started. My mom's here to take care of me while Marissa's at work, and all she's doing is cleaning. Doesn't she look great, guys? 30 pounds down. Check it out. Body by Brutality.
Is this like live, like they're asking now?
No, well, yeah, they're tweeting their questions at me, and then I'm gonna record
live
my answers, yeah, and then I'll post those. Look fine.
Oh my god. Look fine. No makeup on my hair. My
Neither
gray
do
hair's
I.
hanging out. I gotta go tomorrow.
You look better than me. I got some
Yeah, you got some
crazy
funky
dreads. So.
Well, I was gonna say, let's sit and take one more out.
I'm gonna take you out, Luna. No, stop! Oh my god.
Close.
I literally just had like my entire life flash before my eyes.
Nope.
A vision of this friggin' IV getting ripped out of my arm. Okay, question time. First question, I'm gonna go by Tumblr, and somebody asked, what exactly is going on? What exactly is going on? I have an immune deficiency called CVID, which is Common Variable Immune Disorder. Basically, I don't want to get too technical on you guys because I'm not a doctor. I'm just gonna repeat what has been repeated to me many times. Basically, in your blood, you have antibodies, and they break down into IgA, IgG, and all these other stuff. And the IgA levels and my IgG levels are significantly below average to that of a normal person, meaning my body does not produce antibodies the way a normal person would do, so I get sick more often than a normal person. I get infections more often than a normal person, and I've lived with this my whole life. I got told that I had this immune deficiency when I was 12, and each year it has progressively gotten worse. And in December, when I had my appendix taken out, I was told by my now immunologist, Dr. Aquino, that if I did not have this treatment done, I would get an infection from the surgery. And that brings me into the next question, which is, what is this treatment called? And the person asked, and why are you getting it done? So I just explained why I'm getting the treatment done. The treatment is called IVIG, which is immunoglobulin intravenous, which is this whole ordeal I got going on right now. And again, the short answer, people donate blood, that blood gets washed, and I get stuck with all of their awesome antibodies, and along with some synthetic antibodies, and they infuse it into my blood and hope that my blood just latches on to it and makes me not get sick anymore. I hope that made sense. How does this affect your day-to-day living, if so? Honestly, it doesn't. In the beginning, when I first got it done, I was getting pretty bad headaches. I was getting nauseous, and I even would throw up a little bit from not so great food. And thanks to my lovely holistic nutritionist wife, every time I would feel this way, she would make sure that I would have a meal of just green leafy vegetables and fruit and just very lean and clean food as possible, and that helped a lot. Plus, the more I get it done, the more I'm building up a tolerance to it, so the symptoms have gotten less and less. I'm now on my 5th treatment altogether, and this is the first time I was able to eat while having the treatment done. And although I'm a tiny bit lightheaded, I can clearly hold a conversation, and I don't have a headache, so that's a start. How has this affected your fighting career? Interesting. So the treatment has not affected my fighting career whatsoever. Having this immune deficiency has affected my fight career terribly because it has made weight cutting a lot harder. I've gotten sick many times during a weight cut, or even when I'm overtraining. The only losses that I have on my record was because I was sick from training, and I either got pneumonia, upper respiratory infection, stomach virus, so on and so forth. And it's because when you work out, your immune system is temporarily weakened, and then you add weight cut on top of that. I kind of was left with no options. However, now that I'm doing this treatment, knock on wood, I have not gotten sick at all. I've noticed that my lungs recover a lot quicker in workouts the way they used to, because as you guys know, I also have asthma, and this treatment is helping my asthma a lot. If I didn't have this treatment, I don't want to see the turn my health would have taken. Does having an immune deficiency scare you? Has this ever made relationships more complicated? Okay, so number one, does having an immune deficiency scare you? Nothing scares me. I face all my fears head on. I will say I kind of have seen my future in terms of health. I have a lot of health issues that have run in my family between my grandmother and my godmother. I kind of see what they have gone through, and I already know that that's what I'm going to be going through when I get older. It doesn't scare me, but I also kind of know how my cards are going to be held going forward, and that's just kind of shitty, I guess. The other part of that question was, has this ever made relationships more complicated? Yes, because I have been hospitalized for my immune deficiency in the past. I had pneumonia, I had bronchitis that got completely out of control. I had like a cut on my thigh that got horrifically infected. I have had girlfriends in the past that did not know how to deal with it, did not know how to deal with me being bedridden for weeks, did not know how to deal with me feeling so terrible, and didn't even know how to deal with just me talking about this immune deficiency and like what it could mean in the future. Marissa is legitimately the only person I've ever been with that has been so unbelievably supportive. There was a moment when we first started dating where I was sick for almost 2 months straight, on and off with pneumonia and bronchitis, and she was always there holding my hand. She was always there bringing me my favorite snack, and even right now, usually she even takes off work to be with me, because sometimes, I mean, we're only 2 hours into the treatment, and usually by like the halfway point, which is around like 2.5, 3 hours, I start to really feel the symptoms. She takes care of Luna. She'll make me a juice, or she'll make me a little healthy snack, or she'll just give me a blanket and let me sleep. Marissa's just, you know, the most wonderful person on the face of the planet, which you guys already know. Does this affect things you may want to do? Like, does this ever get in the way and make it unable for you to do certain things? Yes. It's always a question every time I get sick, or every month when I get this done, like, how much longer is my fight career gonna last? Am I gonna make it going pro? Am I ever going to, you know, be the absolute best, like, world champion? Am I ever going to be able to fight? And that does, you know, make me upset to think about, but that's why I opened the gym, because at the end of the day, even if I can't fight anymore, I will teach, I will coach, and my life will still be involved with fighting in mixed martial arts. Although, yeah, my immune deficiency might affect my career going forward, I'm not going to allow it to. I'm going to do whatever I can to just do, you know, follow my own dreams. Last question is from my wife. Do you miss me? Yes, come home. I wish it was you here taking care of me, please. She'll be home in like 4 hours, but still. Gonna, you know, just give a couple other pointers of, you know, what this is and where it goes. Treatment takes anywhere from 4 to like 5.5 hours. I've been on a roll with 4 hours so far, so like I'm hoping to keep that stride. You know, as you guys have seen in my other day in the life videos, I take tons of different supplements. I take plenty of vitamins, fish oils, different omegas. I stay on top of having a high protein diet, because a lot of protein in your diet will help against infection. Those with the low protein diet tend to get sick more often, so I make sure I have a lot of protein. I'm a big fan of the keto diet. I've noticed that helps prevent me from getting sick. It also helps my recovery from my training and stuff like that. If I miss my medicine, if I miss my asthma meds, if I miss my vitamins, it hits me really, really hard. I really feel it sometimes. I can't even do so much as a handful of push-ups because of how badly it affects me. So some days are better than others. I really just try to stay on top of everything everything as much as I can. In the back of my mind, I always know that this will one day end my fight career, but I'm okay with that because I get to teach every day, so I'm still living the best life I possibly can. I have an immune deficiency, but the immune deficiency does not have me. So I finished my treatment. My nurse just left. My mom left. I was feeling a little woozy, lightheaded, pins and needles in my legs, stuff like that. So I'm gonna make myself a quick smoothie to ease my stomach a little bit. This is frozen pineapple, spinach, and hemp protein. And now I'm just going to add in some unsweetened coconut milk. Literally delicious. Best pick-me-up ever. So I laid down for a little bit and I already feel better. So you guys tweeted me a couple more questions, so I'm gonna answer these now. Does this affect your diet? Do you eat certain things that may help? Yep, I said that before. I usually eat very plant-based on days that I get treatment. I find that the only thing that really helps is green leafy vegetables. What are some of the things that Marissa and Luna help you with when you're not feeling that great? Also, is there anything that people can help with if someone they know is going through the same thing as you? Yeah, Marissa, just like I said before, she takes care of me, she cuddles me, she gets me anything that I need if I feel like I can't get up and get it myself. Luna might as well be an emotional support dog because that's how wonderful she is. She always gets really hyper when like the nurse shows up, but right now, she's super calm, hanging out next to me, just being my little protector. What can you do if you know someone that's going through something? Just be there for them. Try not to stress them out. I think stress is the absolute worst thing somebody can go through when they're doing a treatment like this. I try to honestly keep my phone off, or I just tell anybody who's coming to me with stressful topics or they need like some kind of elaborate, answer or response from me, or they're asking me 1,000 questions, I honestly just shut everyone down. Like, I don't want to be rude, but it's treatment day. Talk to me tomorrow, talk to me next week. Yeah, so just try to make sure that the person is not stressed out at all. 2 people asked, when did you discover you had it? I was getting sick very, very often in elementary school. My mom got to the point where she just thought I was faking it to get out of school, but then my asthma started getting completely out of control. I went to a pulmonary specialist where she noticed that for somebody of my age, having such problems with my asthma, I should probably see an allergist. The allergist saw that I was getting extremely sick and that my blood work looked not so great, where they then had an immunologist put me through extensive blood work, which is when they found that my levels were so low. So I was 12 years old when I first found out, and they actually wanted me to do these treatments right away because my levels were so dangerously low. I found out that through research that once you start these treatments, you're basically on it for the rest of your life. And as a 12-year-old, I did not want to do something that affected me so heavily throughout the rest of my life, so I waited as long as I could, which was up until I am now 27 years old, so well over a decade later. And when I found out about when I had to get my appendix taken out, that's when basically the doctors were like, you can no longer push this off, you have to do this. So now once a month until the end of time, I will be doing this. Anything else? How does it affect your interest in martial arts positively or negatively? Like I said before, I mean, being sick is what was honestly affecting my training, the immune deficiency itself. But now with the treatments, I've been noticing I last longer during training. My endurance is improving drastically. My cardio is improving drastically. I'm able to do certain workouts that used to make me gas out without even breaking a sweat, and that is huge. I have a fight coming up for Triton Fights May 25th. It is my second MMA fight ever, and I guess we will see after all these treatments if it will help. 5 months of treatments will show on May 25th on how I fight. So I filled you guys in on what's going on with me, and this is just my life. If anybody else out there has an immune deficiency or does IVIG drip, leave it in the comments below. What are some of the difficulties? If you have maybe an autoimmune disease, for example, people with lupus also get an IVIG drip to help counteract their symptoms as well. You might want to talk to your doctor if IVIG can help you. If you're on IVIG, what are some symptoms that you deal with and how do you counteract them? I'd like to know if there's anybody out there with CVID or anything, so I know that I'm not just the only weirdo. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna keep posting some updates on my social media, so make sure you're following me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and if you have any other questions, let me know and I will answer them. Thank you guys so much. I'll talk to you soon.